Hello students, I Amol Sharma once again welcome you all in DSCJ's Home Classes, a digital initiative by Directorate of School Education. Students, today I am going to teach you a very interesting and emotional poem, Porus and His Elephant. In this poem, we will see the love and faithfulness of an animal for his master. Students, Porus was an ancient king whose territory was spanned the region between Hydaspes nowadays it is called as the river of Jhelum, and Chenab river. There was a war between the Porus and Alexandra. Alexandra the Great was a great warrior who conquered the most part of the Egypt and even defeated the mighty Persian kings. स्टूडेंट्स ये जो हमारी आज की पोएम है वो है पोरस और उसके हाथी के बारे में। हम इसमें एक बैटल सीन है उसको डिस्क्राइब करेंगे कि एलिफेंट का क्या रोल था, कैसे उसने अपने मास्टर के लिए क्या क्या किया। दिस पोएम Porus and His Elephant has been beautifully composed by a great poet, Mary Dobson. Mary Dobson, or you can say Rosemary Dobson, which was her original name, was an Australian poet whose verse reflects on passion for art. She was born on June 18, 1920 in Sydney, in Australia. She was also an illustrator and an editor along with the poet. She has published about 14 volumes of poetry, and for her poetry, she was awarded with the highest award of Australia, that is Order of Australia. In this poem, or you can say ballad, she had beautifully described the love and faithfulness of an elephant for his master. Students, the poem is basically a lyrical ballad describing the love and faithfulness of an elephant with his master. The poem highlights the fact that animals also possess feelings and emotions. They cannot express them through words as humans do, but try to express their emotions by crying or gasping. They even sacrifice their lives for them. Now, this is a ballad. Now, what a ballad is. Ballad is a poem or a song narrating a story in short stanzas. A ballad, which is a song or poem, you can say, which tells the story in a simple language. It can be dramatic, funny or romantic. Students, ये जो poem है ये मैरी डॉब्सन ने लिखी हुई है। ये एक बैलेड है। बैलेड एक पोएम होती है जो एक बेसिकली एक स्टोरी होती है जिसे हम सॉन्ग की फॉर्म में या पोएम की फॉर्म में नरेट करते हैं। मैरी डॉब्सन जो एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन पोएट हैं जिनको ऑर्डर ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया का अवार्ड भी मिला हुआ, वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट पोएट वो रहे हैं। तो इसमें पोएट ने बताया हुआ है कि एनिमल्स के बारे में कि कैसे वो अपने मास्टर्स के लिए प्यार या इमोशंस शो करते हैं। वो अपनी लाइफ भी जो है सैक्रिफाइस कर देते हैं फॉर देयर मास्टर्स। Now here we will study the poem stanza by stanza, and we do have difficult words in. I will separately mention the meanings of the difficult words that are used in the poem. So let us begin with the first stanza. Here is the tale of days gone by, days whose recording is short and scant. This is a tale that can never die, told of a king and his elephant. Now the difficult words that are used in paragraph is ye. Ye is an old-fashioned poetic or religious word for you when you are talking to more than one person. It is just a word to address more than one person. Then tale, it means a story, and scant mean very little or not enough. Now, in this paragraph, poet is saying that he is addressing to all of us, says, you all listen to the story of the past days, in the days those who have gone. In the past days, the days whose record is very short, we do not have enough record of all those days. In the story does not have much record, but we, but he says that he is telling us a story that can never die. It is immortal, you can say that this story will pass on from one generation to another. It is just like an immortal story. It is a story of a king and elephant. Poet here is addressing us, saying that he is going to tell us a story of a king and his elephant. And this story is immortal. It is not going to die. It will pass on from one generation to another. Now, second paragraph, on the plains where the water go, out of the banks of the Jhelum wide, Porus, the king went to meet his foe. Porus, the king in his battle pride. Now, the difficult words which are used in this stanza is foe. Foe means enemy. Battle, it is a fight between the large organized armed forces, and pride mean feeling a very good and worthy. Now, the rhyming scheme, which is also a very important part of the poetry. Now, rhyming scheme here is the A B A B. It means the last letter of the third line and the last letter of the first line. Last, sorry, not letter, the word. Last word of the first line and last word of the third line both have the similar sounds. Go, fo. And similarly, the last word of second line and last word of fourth line do have the similar sounds. Wide, pride. So first and last word of first and third line and last word of second and fourth line do have the similar sounds. Therefore, the rhyming scheme of this paragraph is A B A B. Now, in this paragraph, poet says that both the armies have reached in the battlegrounds in the plains near the banks of river Jhelum. Porus, the king, has reached there to meet, or you can say that, to fight with his foe or enemy. Porus has reached along with his army to fight with his enemy, that is Alexandra. He is fighting for his honor, for his motherland. He is not going to drown himself. He just came there to fight with his enemy who has reached at the other bank, that the enemy is, and his enemy is Alexandra the Great. Drawn up his elephants in array, standing in the state in unbroken rank, while Alexandra the Great for foray led up his troops on the other bank. Now, the difficult words which are used in this paragraph are array. Array means an ordered arrangement. Foray mean fight, struggle, or you can say dispute something. And troops mean armed forces. Again, the same rhyming scheme is also there. That is A B A B. Now, both the armies have reached there. Porus army, which has elephants, who are standing there in a line with Porus leading his army. While Alexandra is on the other bank of the river, he has also reached there to fight against Porus. He is leading his army on the other side of the river Jhelum. Mean on both the banks, the armies of both the kings have reached there. On one side, there is the Porus and his army, and on other side, there is the Alexandra with his army. Both are leading their troops. Pyrrhus raged the fight, it was hard to tell what would betide, and they fought the more, till from his elephant sudden fell Porus the king, who was wounded sore. Now, the difficult words which are used in this paragraph, Pyrrhus mean ferociousness or aggressiveness, raged mean violent, uncontrollable anger, betide, happen, sore means painful. Again, the rhyming scheme is again A, B, and A, B mean third and first line have the same words of the same sound in their last words. Similarly, the second line and fourth line, their last word have the similar sound. Now, the fight has begun. It was a ferocious fight, it was a big fight, it was a dangerous fight. एक खतरनाक लड़ाई दोनों के बीच में, एक भयंकर युद्ध दोनों में शुरू हो गया. And one is going to tell what would happen. No one could decide at that moment who is going to win, because they both have bigger armies, and they were both the armies were attacking with each other with full might. They were fighting with each other. But suddenly, Porus the king, who was wounded sore, fall from his elephant. जो पोरस था वो जख्मी होके दुश्मन के तीर से, या हम कह सकते हैं बाले से, वो जख्मी होके अपने हाथी से गिर गया. When the fighting was take place, the Porus got injured and fell down from his elephant. Then did the elephant, faithful beast, for his defense play a gallant part. Standing above him, last ever the least, harm should assail him from below or dart. Now, the difficult words are beast. It is a large or dangerous four-footed animal. like that of elephant who has 4 foot. Defense mean to protect, to the defending attack mean action of defending, you want to save yourself. Er, it is the short poetic concentration of ever. Assail mean to make a violent attack. And dart, it is a small pointed missile that can be thrown, just like कि आप जैसे हम बाला कहते हैं कि वो एक हाथ से फेंकने वाली एक छड़ी की तरह की जिसकी नुकीली चोंच होती है, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, बाला. And again, the rhyming scheme of this paragraph is again A B A B. Now, since the porous has fallen down from the elephant and got injured and become unconscious, then his faithful beast, that is his elephant, came there. He bravely protected his master from the enemies by covering him. He protected him from the swords and darts of enemy. When elephant came there, he was protecting his master from the his enemies, that he could be saved from any harm. That elephant mean he become the protector of his master. बीच में हाथी आ गया जब उसका जो है वो जब उसे लगा कि उसका राजा नीचे गिर गया, उसका मास्टर, तो हाथी वहां पे उसके आगे पीछे आ गया ताकि वो अपने मास्टर को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकता था. मीन एलिफेंट दैट बीस्ट plays a faithful role. He plays the role of a savior. Trumpeting loudly, he held at a bay 4 men with arrow or spear or sword, challenged them all to approach their prey, dared them to injure his wounded lord. Now, trumpeting means to announce something very loudly. किसी को बहुत जोर से ऊंचा बोल के अनाउंस करना, जैसे हम कोई युद्ध की शुरुआत के लिए हम बोलते हैं ऊंची, किसी की शुरुआत के लिए ऊंचे वर्ड बोलना. Bay, it is a large body of water, and again the rhyming scheme is same as that A B A. Now the elephant starts trumpeting loudly. मीन वो जोर जोर से चिंगाड़ना शुरू हो गया. He was challenging the animals that they should not dare to harm his master. He was trying to tell them that he is there to protect his injured master, his lord. Mean elephant came there, he just starts trumpeting that he is there to save his master, he is there to protect his master, and as long as elephant is there, no one can harm his master. Then the next paragraph, then at last with his mighty trunk lifted him tenderly on his head, bore him unconscious, faintness sunk, where he could rest without fear or dread. Tenderly mean with gentleness, kindness, or affection. Unconscious mean not in state of conscious, without senses, without awareness. And dread mean great fear. Now, Porus has fallen down, and Alexander's army had tried hard to kill Porus, but his elephant was all there to protect him. When his master was unconscious, he lifted him with his mighty trunk very gently and with care. He took his injured master to a safer place, where his master could rest without any fear. Although, while taking his master to a safer place, he also got injured. I mean, you can say that कि जो एलिफेंट था उसने अपने मास्टर को वहां से उठा के एक सेफर जगह पे ले गया ताकि वो रेस्ट कर सके, मास्टर अपने आप को बचा सके. और लेकिन जब वो उसे लेके जा रहा था तो एनिमीज के अटैक की वजह से दैट एलिफेंट गॉट वाउंडेड. Ah, these dumb things that but cry and paint. They too can love, for God made them so. Horus was saved, but his elephant died from his bounds, thus the legend go. Dumb mean unable to speak, and legend is an important person who is known for doing something extremely well. Now, in this stanza, the poet says that these dumb things means these animals who cannot speak, they can only cry and gasp. Means they cannot express their love or faithfulness through words. They only cry and gasp. They only know the language of love because God has made them so. Now, while saving his master, the elephant got injured and he got wounds, and because of those wounds, the legend go means the elephant got died while saving his master. Now, during that battle, Porus was saved, but his elephant died because of the wounds. So for Porus and for I think all of us, that elephant was like a legend. I mean, That was for Porus, he was just like an important person. He was just like a bodyguard who has protected his masters without caring for his life. तो एलिफेंट जो था अल्टीमेटली अपने जख्मों की वजह से जो कि दुश्मन ने उसे दिए थे वो मर गया, लेकिन पोरस जो था वो बच गया. So this is a beautiful poem which expresses the love and faithfulness of an animal for his master. I hope कि आपको ये इसका story paraphrase जो है वो clear हो गई होगी. I have mentioned even I have underlined these difficult words, and moreover I have also explained you the rhyming scheme why it is AB and AB. Then moving to the next part, that is the central idea. Mean what is the theme? We have already discussed it, but again and again, once again, let's discuss what is the central idea theme of the poem. The poem Porus and His Elephant has been written by Mary Dobson. The poem shows the love of a faithful beast that saved the life of its wounded master on the battlefield. Animals like the elephant cannot talk or speak, but they can cry, feel, feel pain, and love because God has made them capable of love and to be loved. So this is the central idea of the poem. Now the next part is the summary of the poem, and what is the nutshell, what is there in the poem. The poem Porus and His Elephant has been written by Mary Dobson. The poem starts when the king Porus goes to meet his enemy. I already told you that this poem, the first scene of the poem is beginning with the battle scene. It was the battle of the Hydaspes between the Alexandra and the Porus. The poem starts when the king Porus goes to meet his enemy Alexandra the Great on river Jhelum to defend his kingdom. But a bloody battle takes place between the armies of Alexandra and Porus, in which Porus gets injured and falls down unconscious. The unconscious Porus is defended by his faithful elephant, who leans over his master to save him from the enemy's swords and arrows. The elephant lifts him up on the back and takes him to the safe place. Porus is saved, but his faithful beast dies of the wounds he got while defending his master. The loyal elephant shows his faithfulness towards his master by sacrificing his life for his sake. So this is the summary of the poem. Now after the summary, we will move to the next part, that are the textual questions of this poem. Very first question is, how did the elephant save the life of Porus? So we have already discussed that how the elephant had saved it while fighting. The Porus fell down, and on seeing his master unconscious, the elephant took him to a safer place. He took him with his mighty tongue so that enemies cannot harm him. What does the poet mean by these dumb things that but cry and pant? They too can love, for God made them so. So in second last paragraph, we have discussed these lines. So once again, these lines have been taken from the poem Porus and His Elephant, written by Mary Dobson. Here the poet says, the beasts like elephants cannot talk or speak like human beings because they cannot express their love or faithfulness through words. They cannot speak because God has made them capable to love and to be loved. Write the story told in the poem in your own words. So we have discussed the summary of this poem. That was the story of this poem. One day the brave king went to meet his enemy Alexandra the Great on the river Jhelum to defend his kingdom. A fierce battle started between their armies, in which Porus got injured and fell down unconscious. The unconscious Porus was defended by his faithful elephant, who lifted him up on the back and took him to the safer place. Porus was saved, but his faithful beast died of the wounds he got while defending his master. So this was the story. And next is what is the rhyming scheme of the poem? We have already discussed that rhyming scheme of the poem is AB, AB. Next is the poet reflects the faithfulness of elephant toward his master. Explain. Here you have to explain how the elephant shows his faithfulness towards his master. So again and again we have already discussed that part, that how that animal saved his master while fighting. What did the elephant do? वो हमने पहले भी हमने देखा कि जब वो नीचे गिरा तो कैसे उसका हाथी उसे उठा के जो है एक सेफर प्लेस पे ले गया और कैसे उसने उसको बचाया. So this all that shows the faithfulness of elephant towards its master. Now after that we have some language work. You need to use the following words in nouns and as verbs in your own sentences. Means some words are there. You have to use the same word as a noun and as a verb. So you have to keep one thing in mind while using noun. That word should be something that may be a thing or a person or a place, because noun is the name of a person, place or a thing. And while using verb means that word must be used as a action. Means that must show some kind of action. So very first is the record. Here record should be shown as, here you write the sentence in such a way that record word should be used as a noun, that it should be used as a thing. So you should keep a record of your work. Mean आपको अपने काम का एक record रखना चाहिए. Mean you have to maintain that work in some notebook, and that notebook becomes the record. So it becomes a thing. As a verb, you should record your song. Mean आपको अपना song record करना चाहिए. So song should be done, something should is there should be done something of that very song, so that it should be record. So here record is used as a verb, as a action. Present as a noun. My friend sent me a beautiful birthday present. So here birthday present is something. It is a thing some has been sent by the friend. And as a verb, our college presented a variety show. Mean our college did some action. What that action? That college presented a variety show. So here it is used as a verb. Then third one is object. While using noun, put that object on the table. Mean put that something is the object on the table. So object is a noun. And as a verb, I do not object to you going there. I am not going to object. Mean you want to go, then you can go. Mean I am not going to saying anything against you. So mean again some action is being performed. So it is as a verb. Then contest. She won the beauty contest held last year in Delhi. So she won. What she won? That is a contest. Again, it is something, means it is the noun. And contest as a verb. My friend contested for the post of president in college. Mean he has fight that election. He has contested that election. Again, some action is being performed. So this word contest here in this sentence is used as a verb. Produce as a noun. The shop sells only fresh local produce. Here produce mean that is like fruits or vegetables, that is the local produce. So here it is a noun. And as a verb, she produced a TV serial about adopted children. And again some action is performed by her, that she produced a TV serial. कि उसने एक serial जो है वो telecast किया है, produce किया है, बनाया है. So again some action is being performed by she. So it is a verb. So you have to keep one thing, that while using noun, that word should be used as something, and while using as verb, so that word should be used as some action. So I hope कि आपको ये lesson, ये poem जो है वो clear हो गई होगी. What is the summary and what is the central idea of this poem? I have also taken up the question answer parts, and after that the same parts of a speech, that is noun and verb. So I hope all of this is clear to you. In case you have any query, you have my number. You can call me. You can message me. I will try to solve your problems at that time. Moreover, again, is the same proverb I have used already, that practice makes a man perfect. So you need to practice all this, and moreover, you are advised to write all these questions and answers along with the summary and central idea of poem on your notebooks and learn them. All the very best. We will meet with a new topic. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.